For weeks, the golf world held its breath. Phil Mickelson, three-time Masters champion and one of the most recognizable figures the sport has ever produced, had gone dark. He missed 4 consecutive LIV golf events, disappeared from public life, and offered only a brief, carefully worded statement about a family health matter. The silence stretched on longer than anyone anticipated, and with the Masters drawing closer, the questions grew louder. Would he play? Would he even show up at Augusta? Then, just days before the tournament, the answer came. Phil Mickelson is playing. He is in the field. He will make his 34th start at Augusta National. But the story of his return runs deeper than a name appearing on a field list. It started on January 31st, 2026, when Mickelson posted a statement on X that stopped the golf world in its tracks. He wrote that he and his wife Amy needed to step away to address a family health matter, that he looked forward to competing again, and that he was grateful for everyone's understanding. The words were measured and private, offering nothing beyond what was necessary. The golf world, to its credit, gave him space. LIV Golf found replacements for his High Flyers GC team at events in Riyadh, Adelaide, Hong Kong, and Singapore. The season moved forward without its most prominent captain. But when weeks turned into months and Mickelson failed to return for events he was expected to play, concern quietly deepened. He had not competed since August of the previous year. Rumors began circulating. Was his career finished? Was the family situation far more serious than the initial statement suggested? Was the man who had spent 30 years refusing to quit finally stepping back for good? No one from his camp said anything. The silence answered nothing and fueled everything. Then, on March 13th, 2026, his name appeared in the LIV Golf South Africa field list. No announcement, no press release, no dramatic reveal. Just his name, listed among the competitors. The High Flyers social media account posted 2 words: Cap is back. The golf world exhaled. Mickelson walked onto the first tee at the Gary Player Country Club and played golf for the first time in 6 months. He shot 75 in the opening round, with a double bogey and a bogey exposing the rust that comes with a long layoff. He finished the tournament at 2 over par, 13 shots off the pace. The numbers were unremarkable. The significance of the moment was anything but. "I'm just happy to be out here again," he said after the round, his voice quieter than fans had grown used to hearing. "I missed it more than I thought I would." Before teeing off, he had shared a message on social media expressing how much he had missed competing and seeing his fellow players. Whatever had kept him away for those 6 months remained unspoken, and he made clear it would stay that way, at least for now. "I'm not ready to talk about what happened," he said. "Maybe someday, but not today. Today, I'm just grateful to be playing golf again." For a man famous for his candor and his comfort in front of a crowd, that restraint carried its own kind of weight. Amy Mickelson, his wife of nearly 30 years, had been at his side through every chapter of his life. The major championships, the cancer diagnosis she received in 2009, the controversies, the LIV defection, and now this. Whatever the family faced during those 6 months, they faced it together, and whatever it was, it brought Phil Mickelson to the edge of walking away from the game entirely. When he confirmed he would play the Masters, he released a statement that offered more than his return to LIV Golf had. He described the past several months as the most difficult of his life. He said that golf, trophies, and money had all faded into the background when placed beside what truly mattered, family and presence. He admitted that he had genuinely considered never playing again. And then he said something that cut through all of it. He said he realized he is a fighter, a competitor, and that he was not finished. His decision to play Augusta, he made clear, was not about silencing critics or chasing relevance. It was personal. It was about proving something to himself. He said he loves the tournament, loves the feeling of competing at Augusta, loves hearing the roar of the patrons, and was not ready to surrender any of that. Not yet. Phil Mickelson's history at Augusta National is the kind that takes a career to build. He won his first green jacket in 2004, a victory that felt like a release after years of near misses and second places. He won again in 2006 and again in 2010, establishing himself as one of the rare players who has won the Masters 3 or more times, a list that includes only 8 men in the tournament's history. His 16 top 10 finishes at Augusta trail only Jack Nicklaus and Ben Hogan all time. The image of him leaping into the air after sinking the winning putt on 18 in 2004 became so iconic that it eventually became his personal logo. Augusta has also handed him heartbreak. The U.S. Open, the one major he has never won, has beaten him 6 times with a second-place finish, the cruelest recurring reminder that some things in sport refuse to go the way you want them to. That absence from his record has followed him for decades. Now, at 55 years old, returning from the longest and most mysterious absence of his career, Mickelson arrives at Augusta not as a favorite, not as a contender in any conventional sense, but as something more complicated than that. He arrives as a man who almost didn't come back, and chose to anyway. He knows where he stands. He has said openly that he is not the player he was 20 years ago, or even 10 years ago. But he also won the PGA Championship at 50, the oldest player ever to win a major. He has 6 of them in total. He carries with him the knowledge that on any given day, with the right conditions and the right mindset, he can still put together something worth watching. He has not stopped believing that, and he wants everyone to know it. The Masters begins April 9th. Mickelson will walk Augusta National for the 34th time, joining a field that includes Scottie Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Hideki Matsuyama, Bryson DeChambeau, and the best players in the world. He will not be favored to win. He may not contend at all, but the tournament will be richer for his presence, and the story of his return, whatever its full truth turns out to be, is already one of the more genuinely moving things to happen in golf in recent memory. He came to the edge of walking away. He looked at everything he had built and everything he still wanted, and he turned back. That decision, more than any score or result, is what defines Phil Mickelson right now. He is not done. He said so himself, and for the first time in a long time, the golf world is listening.